Welcome to another episode of The Truth About Executive Protection. I want to thank Close Protection Magazine for posting this video. I ripped it because I really think it is a great training aid. There's two takeaway points on this video that I want to point out. I'm not here to quarterback it or not really, I don't really know the backstory behind it, but from what I gather, that's just a regular chauffeur, or maybe it's a security driver because there's no one in the front right seat. But if you notice in the video that whoever's in the back, let's just call him the principal, is opening the door before the car comes to a complete stop. The driver being the driver, if he's a traditional chauffeur, he knows he's responsible for the door. He jumps out without putting the car in park. So there's two takeaways. Takeaway one, in this industry, we call it the Jackrabbit. I've worked with many Fortune 100 CEOs that are jackrabbits. Now, a lot of traditional close protection guys are like, oh, I'll tell the principal that he's going to have to wait for us to open the door. I've yet to see anyone tell a billionaire what they can and can't do. And let's put some context behind that. Because when you're dealing with corporate EP, let's use the Fortune 100 space, is that when you're going to a meeting, traveling, as they're arriving, there's probably an EA out there, wait staff, the advance, maybe media. So as you're stopping, he's seeing the group of people that he knows he's supposed to meet, and they get out. It is what it is. Now, if you're in the front right, you got to be Johnny on the spot. And there's a whole, I teach in my EP classes those steps to be prepared for that. But let's get back to the driver part. We covered the Jackrabbit. Now let's cover what needs to be done from the driver's side. A lot of you know, when I got out of the Marine Corps, I was a limo driver in Las Vegas. As I started to get more higher-end clients, I was able to access higher-end cars, which means that the company sent me to the Rolls-Royce and Bentley chauffeur course. Now, that course is how to be a professional chauffeur. Now, they broke everything down to the micro. Meaning that there's an 8-process step to stopping the vehicle. Every time we drove the vehicle, it was almost like, we simulated having a hot cup of coffee on the dash. That is courtesy driving extremely smooth. We don't want any disruptions in the back. Now, coming to a stop out of that 8-step process, I'm going to cover a few to prevent something like this happening. One, as you're coming to a complete stop, once a car comes to a complete stop, you're going to apply the parking brake by pedal, push, whatever they have now. Once that's done, your foot stays on the brake, you put the car in park. And back then, that's what they called, it would eliminate transmission shift when you stop, stopping the car from rocking back and forward. Now, with that being said, obviously that individual was jumping out prior, but if he would have stopped and applied that properly and maybe forgot to put the car in park, that parking brake most likely would have held, he would be able to get out. The client was probably already out. He probably could have just shut the door and got back in. But that's a little courtesy driving tip. Now, once again, we get back all to the tactical guys, and they'll be like, what if there's an ambush or whatever? Well, if there's an ambush, at the same time you're putting the car in park, you're releasing the parking brake and you're getting on the gas and getting out of there. So two things to learn from this video is understanding what the Jackrabbit is and being able to not have transmission shift, or in a panic as you're applying that brake, applying both, and you forget to put the car in park, it should stay depending on the make and mark of the vehicle. So I hope all is well. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you soon.
Catalyst Training and Consulting Group. Comprehensive executive protection, consulting, training, and management. Learn more at catalysttraininggroup.com.